Well. We've got some text messages going between whole Dorsey, Parag Argawal, and many others all getting revealed. This is exactly what Twitter and probably Elon didn't want. When we get to trial, we get to the discovery phase, we start to see some of the goings on behind things. I think it makes Elon look better. Some people, maybe they disagree, but it's pretty curious how everything got coordinated and how just savage Elon was in the replies when Parag tried to discipline him, and he immediately regretted it. And we're going to get into that full story after a super quick word from this video sponsor, Kamikoto. Huge shout out to this video sponsor, Kamikoto. That's right, Kamikoto makes Japanese steel kitchen knives using traditional techniques from Japan. Over 800 years of Japanese technology and expertise have gone into creating the steel that this knife has been meticulously handcrafted from, using techniques that date all the way back to the Edo period of Japan. Kamikoto only uses steel sourced from mills in Japan. Each knife comes in a beautiful, heavy-duty wood box. It makes sure that the knife is stored safely. Each knife is individually inspected and comes with a lifetime guarantee. These are knives that I personally own and use. I got a set through this promotion. Over Christmas, I used it to cut a beautiful brisket that I had made for the holidays, and cut ham and turkey and all sorts of things. Not only did it work flawlessly, but it was a talking point at the table. The knives felt like the perfect weight. They were perfectly balanced. And on top of all of this, just for you, my subscribers, you guys can get an additional $50 off any purchase you make with discount code THEQUARTERING. So click the link below and go to kamikoto.com/thequartering and use promo code THEQUARTERING to save an extra $50 today. Now, I first saw these text messages floating around on Twitter. Now we've seen kind of the full context of them released in court documents. But here's some spicy text messages. Let's start between Jack Dorsey and Elon Musk. Jack Dorsey texts, Yes, a new platform is needed. It can't be a company. This is why I left. Jack Dorsey references Elon's tweet. Elon simply replies, okay, what should it look like? Jack Dorsey replies, I believe it must be an open source protocol funded by a foundation of sorts that doesn't own the protocol, only advances it. A bit like what Signal has done. It can't have an advertising model. Otherwise, you have surface area that governments and advertisers will try to influence and control. If it has a centralized entity behind it, it will be attacked. This isn't complicated work. It just has to be done right, so it's resilient to what happened to Twitter. Elon, of course, writes, super interesting idea. Now, curiously, I'm not sure how yeah, it's great for the guy that's cashed out billions of dollars already from the platform. But for the guy that's buying it for nearly $50 billion, I'm not sure how just like abandoning all profit models works. If you make it pay to use, maybe, or something, you have to figure out a way to monetize it. Or I guess, like he says, a foundation that would fund it. Jack writes, I'm off Twitter board mid-May and then completely off company. I intend to do this work and fix our mistakes. Twitter started as a protocol. It should have never been a company. That was the original sin. Elon texts back, I'd like to help if I'm able to. Then Jack says, I wanted to talk with you further after I was all clear because you care so much, get its importance, and would definitely help in immeasurable ways, i.e. he's super rich. Back when we had the activists come in, I tried my hardest to get you on our board, and our board said no. Very interesting. That's about the time I decided I needed to work to leave, as hard as it was for me. Elon said, you have a moment to talk, about to head to dinner, but I can for a minute. Obviously, probably taking it offline, off the record. Jack also texts, I think the main reason the board is super risk adverse and saw adding you as more risk, which I thought was completely stupid and backwards, but I only had one vote and 3% of the company and no dual class shares. Hard setup, we can discuss more. Elon that says, yes, let's definitely discuss more. I think it's worth both trying to move Twitter into a better direction and do something new that's decentralized. Jack says, it's likely the best option. I just have doubts, but I'm open. I mean, I think that you have this situation now where it has to, if you're spending that, I think what they're acknowledging there in some way, shape, or form is like, well, Twitter's not going to just go away, and you need money to sustain this, pay 8,000 employees and sustain all this stuff, even if you were to get rid of advertisers. But here's one of my favorite exchanges. It was between Parag Agrawal and Elon Musk, where Parag tries to scold him, I guess is what it looked like. Absolutely boss move. Parag texts, "You are free to tweet, is Twitter dying, or something else about Twitter, but it is my responsibility to tell you that it's not helping me make Twitter better in the current context. Next time we speak, I'd like you to provide your perspective on the level of internal distraction right now and how it's hurting our ability to do work." Parag's whining here. "I hope the AMA will help people get to know you, to understand why you believe in Twitter and trust you, and I'd like the company to get to a place where we are more resilient and don't get distracted. But we aren't there right now." Essentially what he's saying is you tweet these things out and everybody at work has a meltdown and we can't operate under these circumstances. To which Elon simply replies, "What did you get done this week?" Oh, jeez. He doesn't care. Absolute savagery. And then he continues after saying, "What did you get done this week? Also, I'm not joining the board. This is a waste of time. We'll make an offer to take Twitter private." So essentially, he's just done with it. He's just no, I'm out. I'm out of this stupidity. I'm out of this, this weird trying to deal with Twitter culture. You see, techs show roll call of tech figures tried to help Elon in Twitter deal. Supporters of the $44 billion takeover deal included Sam Bankman-Fried, Reid Hoffman, and podcaster Joe Rogan. A trove of text messages released as part of the legal fight over Elon Musk's effort to terminate his acquisition of Twitter has revealed frantic efforts to put the $44 billion deal together with the help of a cast of high-profile Silicon Valley backers. Hundreds of messages between Musk and his associates from early 2022 showed the billionaire entrepreneur had engaged with Twitter's management and board, his advisors at Morgan Stanley, potential investors such as FTX chief executive Sam Bankman, and random supporters of his bid, including podcast host Joe Rogan. Again, this isn't really surprising. I mean, the deal had to get done. This is like saying, man makes offer to buy house, then it's revealed that he emailed a mortgage broker. Jack Dorsey, Twitter's former chief executive, told Musk that he had previously tried to get him on the company's board back in 2020, but was refused. The text revealed. The filings show when Musk announced plans to take the company private in April, several high-profile names emerged offering support in his bid. In one exchange, top Morgan Stanley banker Michael Grimes told Musk that Bankman-Fried, the billionaire chief executive of the cryptocurrency exchange FTX, was willing to invest as much as $5 billion into the deal. "He could shake hands on 5 if you like him, and I think you will," Grimes said in several text messages. The billionaire dismissed the idea and questioned Bankman-Fried's finances, asking, "Does Sam actually have $3 billion liquid?" And then Oracle founder Larry Ellison said he was in for $2 billion, while Reid Hoffman, LinkedIn co-founder and partner at Greylock, said he could put up the same amount. Ellison eventually contributed to $1 billion as well. Musk and Grimes also lamented that Orlando Bravo, the software private equity tycoon, had passed on joining the takeover. Twitter denied claims that they announced a countersuit in an attempt to force Musk to close the deal. Thursday's filings, however, showed Musk first communicating with Twitter's leadership about joining the board in early April, after a conversation with Dorsey in which Twitter chief complained that the platform cannot be a company and it should instead be owned by a foundation. Dorsey had said privately tried to get Musk on the board. Musk was refused. Dorsey later wrote to Musk describing the Twitter board of directors as terrible. The messages also revealed a breakdown in relations between Musk and Twitter chief executive Parag Agrawal shortly after the Tesla boss agreed to join the social media company's board. In one message, Argawal reprimands the billionaire for writing "Is Twitter dying?" on the platform, arguing that it was distracting the staff. "What did you get done this week?" Musk wrote in a tense exchange. "I'm not joining the board. This is a waste of time. We'll make an offer to take Twitter private." The messages also contained appearances from podcaster Joe Rogan, who asked Musk if he would liberate Twitter from censorship-happy mob, and Jason Calacanis, an angel investor who sought to drum up funding for Musk's bid, and himself offered to help run the company if it was taken private, saying Twitter CEO is my dream job. The data dump comes as Twitter has accused Musk of being uncooperative in providing his communications, including messages on the Signal platform. Twitter's lawyers have used messages received from other parties to infer Musk had not been forthcoming with court orders and have asked Delaware judge to impose sanctions on the billionaire for what they describe as discovery misconduct. I mean, this is how Elon is in court. I think it's pretty clear that Parag Agrawal is just toast. Back on April 23rd, 2 days before the deal was announced, the controversial podcast host Joe Rogan said to Elon, "I really hope you get Twitter. If you do, we should throw one heck of a party." I mean, yeah, I would say so. It's interesting, I think at this point, with Elon's money, he's probably really mulling just creating a competitor. He's got the money. I don't know if his skill set is in this exact same spot or not, but it's pretty clear he hates Twitter and he hates Parag Agrawal, absolutely destroying the guy. You rarely want to celebrate, people losing their jobs, but Parag is an arm of the government, an arm of the censorship. He is an enemy of free speech, so I don't really care. Elon Musk's texts on Signal confirm his intentions to make Twitter an open source free speech platform that contributes to democracy. Yes. I mean, name a person who would have a problem with that. Oh yeah, the government, leftists. Yeah, probably. But I do like that. I mean, all we really learn now is that Elon Musk is genuinely committed to making it open source and free speech. Now I just really want him to buy it. Now I want him to be forced to buy it. I mean, I don't know. Can we just get a better price so everyone can win and we can get Twitter to be great again? Sure would be interesting. This is sure to get messy as the trial actually starts. I'll be covering it all right here on this channel, so make sure you leave a like on this video and you click that red subscribe button down below so you don't miss any updates. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll talk to you again real soon.